Let us see the topics which we will be covering today. Management as science, management as profession, and levels of management. So roughly we have already talked about levels of management. So if anybody remembers, can anybody tell me what is the level of management? In every organization, this is the level of management which is being followed. So can anybody has any idea of what that level of management is?
Middle level and low level.
Low level. We have already discussed a little bit in the previous sessions. Not in detail, but I told you all to remember because we are going to study further in the sessions in a detailed manner. So at that point of time only I told you all to remember. No? Nobody remembers level of management? Okay, fine. It's okay. We'll be seeing and learning about it today in the session. So, first of all, before starting this session, let me understand where you all are standing. Standing in the sense, how much time you are giving to your studies, what is your routine, what is your schedule. Okay, let me start with Jenny. Jenny, what is your schedule on a regular basis?
My schedule, ma'am?
What do you do the entire day? How you plan your day?
I wake up at 4:50 and do yoga for 30 minutes, go for walking on the terrace for 30 minutes, come back, take a bath. Till that, the time will be at 6. The time will be at 6. And after that, the van, I have to eat my breakfast and all of that. My van will be ready at 7, and I'll just climb the bus, go to school. Normal schedule of what I do is come back from school. And
what time you come back?
I sit down for a few minutes. I'll come back at 4:30, ma'am.
Okay.
Come back at 4:30. I'll sit down, eat something, take rest. After that, and उस रेस्ट टाइम में तो सब कुछ चला जाएगा, क्लासेस शुरू हो जाएंगी. हाँ. उसके बाद after completing the classes, I have to do my homework or notes लिखना पड़ेगा, or every day there's a test, so I have to study for the test, and then I'll go to sleep at 11.
Okay, very busy schedule. What about Gokul? Gokul, can you share us your schedule? What you do the entire day? Sundays are fine. You can take a little bit of refreshment and breaks, but apart from Sunday, what do you all do?
I woke up at 6 and I have my breakfast already. So until like I eat my breakfast and do something. 4:30 I come to my home, and like 4:30 to 6 sleep. I used to sleep.
Nice
And
sleep,
like,
important sleep. Then
6 to 8 like this. Then after that like not I will do what like on the daily.
okay, good. Again, a very hectic schedule. And what about Mridula then? Mridula, what is your day? How do you spend your day?
I try to wake up at 6.
And you try. Then actually, at what time do you get up?
Okay, so on very bad days I wake up at 7, but then my mom's always screaming out that you're in 12th grade, so I try to wake up at 5:30 to 6 somewhere at that time. And I try to catch up on accounts because I think morning is a good time to do where I am lacking, not because I'm lacking, because I think 12th accounts is going to be difficult. I try to push more accounts in the morning, and then I'll do that for about an hour, and then I'll be going to school. I'll be back home at 4. I'll try to get some rest and probably do something with my homework, not all, but at least get started with it. and then I'll be attending the class, and maybe I'll try to see like on the like the whole day what they've taught. I'll just try to revise, maybe not study, but at least take a glance at it.
And then post 8 o'clock.
Post 8 o'clock again. So I'm not a math student. So I've taken marketing. We have like projects for 40 marks, and it's only 60 marks in the board exam. So I have a lot to do in marketing. So I'm trying to catch up.
Nice. Good. So I assume you all have a very hectic schedule. In this, you manage your sessions which you are taking here in PG campus. With that, you have to manage the homeworks which we are providing to you, which you have to practice. So what I would recommend to you all is do the time management. Okay, if we don't do time management, it will be very exhausting for us and we will be skipping few or the more things. So do the time management. With that, also make sure that you are refreshing yourself on regular basis. At a stretch, don't sit for 8 to 10 hours or 2 hours, 3 hours. Take 15-20 minutes break, 10 minutes break and continue the studying part. Also, you have to emphasize more on every subject, as accounts is difficult subject, no doubt. But with that, you have to also keep equal attention and equal concentration on other subjects as well, because those are also going to be very important. See, why I asked you all your schedule is to understand that how actually you are spending your day. Okay, so but I get a rough idea that how packed you all are. So of course you all are also busy. You are also giving your 100% efforts. But with that we have to give 110% efforts, because now we are in 12th standard. We are going to attempt board exams. So now you have to push a little more harder to yourself and give more extra efforts. Then once you're done with the 12th, you'll be getting a relief, a break for at least 1.5 months. So just keep in this mind that you'll be getting a break, enough of break, and then study and focus over here. That will motivate you basically. So yes, and also when I'm asking you all the questions, please reply to the questions. You all have any doubt, you also ask me. You are free to ask any doubts. From last few classes, I have noticed you all are not talking much. You are not speaking anything about your school activities, about your home activities, whatever you all want to share, you can come up and share in the session. Apart from the academics, apart from the studies also, anything you all want to talk, you all can talk, but at least be free, try to talk. Whenever I'm asking you all questions, answer it. Okay, so I hope today you all have got my point. This is my point basically, that I have noticed and observed that from last two classes we are not speaking much. We are all just coming, seeing whatever I am teaching and then going back. That will not build an interest within you all. If you all try to come up with new ideas, new examples, share things with me, that will bring that interest in the class, or else it will become very monotonous,
Ma'am?
it will become very boring. Yes.
Ma'am, 1 second, ma'am.
Yes. Oh. So that's what I am saying. Okay? Speak up. Whatever it is, talk. Fine. So coming back towards our studies, as we discussed or as we said that we have to discuss about the nature of management, which is divided into three parts, that is art, science and profession. Out of which we said that we have already discussed about art. Now in this session we will be talking about science and then profession, and finally we will be seeing what are the different levels of management. So first, management as a science. What is science according to you all? Since we all are commerce background students, but we have studied science till 10th standard, right? So what do you all feel? What is science? Just an overview. Like if anybody asks what is commerce, you all can say commerce is all about accounting, economics, finance, capital and everything. So likewise, when I talk about science, what do we understand by the subject or the field science? Any idea? No? So let us see. What is science? Science is defined something like this. Give a read. Science is a systemized body of knowledge that explains general truths or the operation of general laws. Yes, we have studied so many different laws in science. Yes, motion's law, Newton's law. We have studied different kind of laws in science. So that is what? That is the systematic. Science is very systematic. It is not at all haphazard, not here and there. It is a very systematic, formatted body of knowledge which will explain the truths. Science maximum time carries the knowledge which is true, which is actual, which is real in the practical life, in the practical world. And also it will talk about the general laws. There are lots of laws which are relatable to your actual life. Motion's law. Motion, actually motion takes place, right? Motion means nothing but movement that actually takes place in the real life. So on that also, science have made one law. So likewise, we say science is a very systematic body of knowledge which consists of truths and general laws. Now let us understand the features of science first. Then we will try to compare the features of science with the management. So first feature of science says it is a systemized body of knowledge. Systemized body of knowledge means science is a perfect knowledge, body of knowledge. It is very systematic format. It is in a very perfect format, accurate format. That is why we say science is a systemized body of knowledge. Let us give a read to the point. Principles are based on cause and effect relationship. So whatever principles are or laws are there in science, they are all completely based on cause and effect relationship. Cause and effect relationship means if there is something taking place, what will be the effect of that thing? So science laws are always based on these kind of relationships. Maximum laws are real in life, they are relatable in life, they are not in assumptions. Those laws actually prevent in the real life. Example they have given, phenomena of an apple falling from the tree towards the ground is explained by law of gravity. See, cause, what was the cause? Law of gravity. Effect, what happened? Apple falling from a tree. So we all know that there is a law of gravity which is there in science, which states that everything which you throw up is going to come because of law of gravity. So that is how the scientists have found out that how apple fall from the tree. Then that on the basis of that thing, he made a complete new law, that is law of gravity. So this is why we say science is a systemized body of knowledge, because everything which science contains is actually true in the real life. So one of the example was law of gravity. Second, science principles are based on experimentation. See, whatever happens, whatever laws or whatever concepts we have of science, they have not just come overnight. Just I thought that is why I will make this law. It is not like that. The laws are very well experimented. Then the observation was done that whether it is correct or not. After doing so many experiments and observations, that particular law had become law. Otherwise, it was mere just a statement. But many scientists keeps on doing experiments, different kind of experiments, and then they do the observation, and finally they come up with the law. So this is what they say. Science is based on experimentation. All the principles of science are based on experimentation and observation. First, scientists will experiment the different things in different ways. Then they will observe that what is happening, how is it happening, and then finally they will state the law or the principle. So scientific principles are first developed through observation and then tested through repeated experimentation. So first we will observe. There are scientific principles, right? We have studied in our 10th standard. I'll not explain those principles because now we don't have to study science. It is just for the sake of understanding that scientific principles, when they built those principles or what those principles in the real life, first of all, they were observed. They observed that how everything is going. And after the observation, they started doing experiments on it, that whether it is real, how much it is giving you the returns, how much it is working, like everything experiment. It came up through experiments. So they did that. So that is why we say all the principles, all the concepts in science are based on experimentation, continuous experimentation and continuous observations. Third feature of science is universal validity. Universal validity means it is there valid across the universe. You cannot say that scientific principles are present only in India or only in USA or only in Japan. No, it is not like that. Scientific principles is applicable universally for to entire world. Like for example, law of gravity. Law of gravity is universal concept, universal law. It is going to happen in India, Japan, Russia, every country, every place which is existing on the earth. So that is why we say science is the universal validity. It is the universal concept. Whenever we talk anything related to science, it is a universal concept, especially if we talk about the scientific principles. These principles are universally valid. They are applicable and valid all over the world. It is not limited to any country, any part of the country or any part of the region. It is applicable in the entire world. That is the reason we say that scientific principles are valid and applied to the entire universe, to the entire world. So these were the three important features of science. First, we said science is the systemized body of knowledge. Second, we said science is based on experimentations. And third, we said science is universally valid. Systemized body of knowledge because it is very systematic, it is very formatted. Nothing is vague or fake over here. It is everything systemized. So that is why we say science is a systematic body of knowledge. Second, principles are based on experimentation. Whatever scientific principles are there, which we study, are based on experimentation. Constantly they are experimented and they are observed that how are they actually working in the real life. Third, it says universal validity or applicability. That means scientific principles, all the principles of science are applicable and valid in the entire world. It is not limited to any country or any region. It is applicable to the entire world. So these are the three important features of science. Now we will compare the features of science with the features of management and see whether management satisfy all those three features of science or not. First of all, you all give a read. Management can be said to be a science if satisfies the following criteria. Now read the first point, then I will read. Right? So first point says management has a systemized body of knowledge. So we say management is also a very systemized body of knowledge. Everything, every information which management has in the management subject is very systemized, formatted. So it has its own theory and principles that have developed over a period of time. So we also know we are going to study further that what all different theories are there in management, what are different concepts of management. All of these things we are going to study further in the class. But as of now, you have to understand that management also has its own theories and concepts. Okay, so that is why management is also systemized. See, anything which has a proper system, which has a proper format is called as systemized. Now, if you all plan your day, we will say that you are very systematic in nature because you are systemizing your day, your plans, your working on a plan in a proper manner. So same way, management also has its own concepts, on own theories, own principles, which have been developed over a period of time, not overnight. Yesterday, no principle was developed. It had taken lot of time to develop the principles of management, but it has own principles of management which are systemized. So that is why the first feature of science was also that science is a systemized body of knowledge. Same way, management is also a systemized body of knowledge. So the first feature of both science and management are correct. They are satisfying each other. Second, the principles of management have evolved over a period based on repeated experimentation and observation in different types of organization. So we, as I said, we have different principles of management. Principles of management also we are going to study in the next class in a very detailed and elaborated format. In a very elaborated and detailed format. So these principles of management were also not developed overnight. They were first experimented, observed, they applied it in every kind of organization, be it be a small organization, big organization, medium organization, all the departments, all the organizations, all the types of organizations. So they are repeated, they are experimented and observed. But since it deals with human behavior, there is no proper outcome. See, science talks about the instances, but management is all about human beings. When human beings are there in the picture, everything is dynamic in nature. Because human beings are dynamic in nature. I am dynamic in nature. You all might be dynamic in nature. Dynamic means what? Which keeps on changing. Now I'll say I want to have pizza. But after some point of time, I will say, no, I don't want to have pizza. I want to have a burger. So what is this? This is the mood which is changing. So that is why we are also dynamic, and management is all about human beings, all about people. So since people are dynamic in nature, management also becomes dynamic in nature. So whatever principles of management we are going to study, the different people will apply differently in different organization to those principles. But same way, if I talk about the law of gravity, that cannot be applied differently by different people, right? That is the law, and that is the same law is going to be applicable to each and every one. But when we talk about the principles of management, we will take one point, and that point can be used or applied in a different format by different people. It is not going to be the same. Principle will be the same. Principle remains the same. But application of that principle will completely depend upon the person to person, right? So that is why we say, since now we are saying that science principles of management are also made after lot of experimentation and observation. That was the second feature of science, that science principles of science are made out of lots of observation and experimentation. Same way, the second feature of management is they are also made after lots of observation and experimentation, but since human beings are involved over here, we cannot come up with a proper defined outcome. Third, since the principles of management are not exact as the principles of science, their application and use is not universal. They need to be modified according to the situation. So third point says, let us recall the third feature of science. Third feature of science said, I will write it over here, it has universal applicability. The third feature, it has universal validity. That means everywhere you go, that thing is going to remain the same. The law of gravity is going to remain the same. But when it comes to management, the principles of management are going to remain the same everywhere, but the application of those principles are changing from person to person. They have to be modified, they have to be changed according to the time, situation, and person. So this is the third thing, third feature of management, wherein we say that though it has universal applicability, that means principles do not get changed, but the application style of those principles will change with the change in person, with the change in people. Next is profession. So we said as a science, we saw the three features of science and three features of management. Out of three features of science, management only satisfy one feature of science, right? Only the first feature, that was systemized body of knowledge. Second feature, it does not satisfy. Third feature, it does not satisfy. Third comes the nature of management as a profession. What is profession? Who can tell me what is profession? Profession. Doctor is a profession. Teacher is a profession. Lawyer is a profession. And to become a professional, see, two differences I will tell you. Consider Mridula and me. I have taken a professional degree of dancing. Okay? I have a certificate, I have a degree of a dancing. So I can anywhere go and say I am a professional dancer. But Mridula also dances very well, very nice. But she does not have any certificate or any degree from any institution that she is a certified professional dancer. She does not have that. So I will become a professional dancer. She will be called just a dancer. We cannot call her a professional dancer. So to become or adapt any profession, you should have a proper degree of that profession. Certificate, degree, or anything like that. You should know every profession has its own degree, its own certification. If you want to become a doctor, you will have to certify, you will get a certificate only once you are clearing the different exams. Then only you will be called as a doctor. If you want to become a CA, chartered accountant, again you have to go through different exams. Then only you will become a professional CA, professional chartered accountant. Professional means you have a complete detailed knowledge about that particular field. When I say that I am a professional teacher, professional, teaching is a professional. So I can say that because I have a complete knowledge about that field. So I will be called as a professional. So for being a professional, you need to certify. I have a degree. I have certification. That is why I could enter and I could call myself as a professional teacher. So likewise, profession is something on which you have to get a certificate, a degree to become that particular professional. Right? Like for say suppose doctor. Doctors are not sitting like that. They have gone through, they have cleared so many different exams. Finally, they might have got their certificate, and then they are called as a professional doctors. Lawyers, teachers, bankers, dancers, singers, or everything. So this is nothing but profession. So let us first read their meaning. A profession may be defined as an occupation that requires specialized knowledge and intensive academic preparation. So from the meaning of profession, the important points I have highlighted. It is nothing but an occupation. Occupation is the field in which the person is working. That is the occupation. What is my occupation? Teaching is my occupation. A doctor's occupation would be doctor. Lawyer's profession would be lawyer occupation. So likewise, occupation. Then secondly, specialized knowledge. So to become a professional in any field, you should have a specialized knowledge of that particular field. If I want to become a doctor, I should have a specialized knowledge a doctor requires. I am not supposed to study what lawyer needs to have a knowledge or what lawyer needs to learn. If I want to become doctor, I will study or have a specialized knowledge about doctor only. I will not be bothered about the studying of lawyer, banker, or a teacher or anything else. So specialized knowledge. To call yourself as a professional, you should have a specialized in a field. And third, you should have done a very good academic preparations. Academic preparations means study for that field, study for that subject should be very strong, which should be very thorough. You should, everything should be on your tips. If you want to become a businessman, businesswoman, you should know business studies. You should know management. You should know what is business, right? So for becoming anything, for becoming a professional, you should have a specialized knowledge as well as there should be a strong academic preparations. Now let us see the features of profession and see whether management satisfies them or not. So now let us talk about the features of profession, and then again we will compare the features of profession with that of the management and then try to understand that whether they both are same or not. First feature of profession, well-defined body of knowledge. So it be any profession, it has a well systematic designed body of knowledge. If you want to become a doctor, there are very clear instructions given to you how to become a doctor. If you want to become a lawyer, clear systematic instruction knowledge is provided to you that how to become a lawyer. Likewise, for every profession, there is a well-defined body of knowledge wherein they will clearly instruct you that to do all these things, how, what knowledge you should have. Everything is in a systemized manner. So all professions are based on defined body of knowledge that can be acquired through instructions. So every professional will have a proper systematic body of knowledge which you can understand through proper instructions. So in order to become a professional, the main feature of professional is it has well-defined body of knowledge. Everything is clearly stated, so in a very systematic manner. Second, restricted entry. So second feature is restricted entry. Why restricted entry? Now just imagine, take an example. I am a doctor. Fine, I am a certified professional doctor. But after 10 days of working, I realized, no, I don't want my degree. I don't want to study. I don't want to become a doctor. I don't want to do the work of doctor. I will give my degree to my friend. Can I do that? Can I give my degree, my certificate to my friend? Yes or no? Can I give my degree to my friend or my family member?
No.
Big no. I cannot do that. If my friend wants to become a doctor, she will have to study hard and clear all the exams and all the experiments and then finally get a certificate and become a doctor. I cannot give her my certificate. I cannot give my degree to her. Same way, consider I'm a lawyer. Now after 15 days, I realize that I don't want to work as a lawyer. Let me give my degree of certificate of lawyer to my friend or to my family. I cannot do that. To become a professional, there is a certified, systemized body of knowledge. You have to go through that. You have to follow everything. And then finally, you will be called as a professional. Nobody can just enter. Or take a reverse example. I don't have any degree. I don't have it, but it's my wish to become a doctor. It was just my wish to become a doctor. I don't have any certificate. I don't have any professional degree. Nothing. I'm just opening I have money, I have fund, let me open my own clinic and sit in that clinic. Is that possible? Can I do that? Just for fun's sake, I want to become a doctor. I will just open a clinic. I have money, I have a shop, I can rent a shop. I'll just sit in that shop and pretend to be a doctor and treat the patient. I cannot do that. For calling yourself as a professional, you need a certified degree. You need a proper certificate of that thing. Only then you will be called as a professional. So that is why the second feature of profession says it has restricted entry. Nobody can easily come and go from that profession. Neither it can come just because I feel like being a doctor, I'm opening up my clinic and sitting in that clinic, even though I don't have any certificate or any degree. No, I can't do that. Or in the second case possible, I have my certificate, but I don't feel like keeping it, I don't feel like working on it, so I will just pass on my certificate, my degree to my friend or a relative. Again, I can't do that. So that is why we say that profession has restricted entry. Nobody can easily come or go. Let us read. Entry to a profession is restricted through an examination or through acquiring an educational degree. So as I said, to enter in any profession, you have to go through lots of process. There might be entrance exams, there might be different forms or modes of exams which you all have to clear, and then only you can become a professional for that particular thing. Like I said, I am a professional dancer. It's not easy to become a professional dancer. I had to go through certain exams, dancing exams, theoretical exams. There were different kind of exams through which I had gone, and then finally cleared it and gotten my certificate. So now I'm calling myself as a professional dancer. So likewise, if you want to become any professional, if you want to enter any profession, you have to go through lots of processes and procedures, give lot many exams, entrance exams or and things such like that. And finally, you will get a degree for that, right? Example, they have given you. To be a chartered accountant in India, a candidate must clear a specified examination conducted by ICAI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Now, very important thing. For every profession, there is one group of people which is called as association, and this association will take care of all the entrance exams, all the degrees, certificates and everything. So for every degree, for every profession, there are associations which will be taking care of all the code of conduct, rules and regulations, preparing certificates, preparing for exams. Everything is looked by that particular association. So for chartered accountant, ICAI is the association which will be taking care of all the CAs, that is all the chartered accountants. Likewise, for every profession, we have different associations. Okay, so this is the homework for the day. You all have to mention it somewhere. You have to find out what are the any 5 professions and the association of those professions. Like how for CAs or Chartered Accountant, the association is ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Likewise, you have to find 5 more professions and their association. So you can, I am giving you a rough idea, you can find doctors association, lawyer, teacher, if any. Likewise, 5 professions you have to find out, and the associations who take care of them, you have to find it out. Take care of them basically means what? If I want to become a CA, where should I go? So I should go to ICAI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, because they will guide me, they will help me, they will tell me the rules and regulations, they will tell me when are the entrance exams, what is the procedure. Everything is taken care by this particular association. So likewise, every profession has its own association which will be taking care of their respective association. Now, ICAI cannot say what the doctor needs to do, what examination doctor needs to give, what entrance exam doctor needs to give, how, what experience. No, ICAI will not tell that. Doctor has its own association where if I want to become a doctor, I will go and check their website or go to their association. Even if you notice, if you see ICAI, this is a website. You all can visit to the website. If you all also want to pursue CA, you all can refer to this website, www.icai.com. So this is what? This is the association which basically takes care of all the CAs, with those people who have already become CA and for those people who want to become CA. So there are associations for every profession. Third is professional association. So all professions are affiliated to professional association. As I said, the professional association of CA is ICAI, which regulates entry, grants certificate of practice, formulates and enforces code of conduct. Code of conduct means nothing but rules and regulations. In a better term, or in a more technical term, rules and regulations are called as code of conduct. Now we are in 11-12 standard. Better than rules and regulations, we should call them as code of conduct. For example, to be able to practice in India, now see, you got the second also here only. Now you all have to find out three only. CA, you know, ICAI. Again, for lawyer, they have only given. To become a lawyer, you must become the member of Bar Council, which regulates and controls their activities. So, for becoming lawyer, you have to go to BCI, that is Bar Council of India. This is the association which will take care of lawyers. If you want to become a lawyer, you will have to go to BCI, Bar Council of India. If you want to become a CA, you have to go to ICAI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountant. And same way, if you want to become a doctor, you will have to go to a certain association. Same way, if you want to become a science teacher, scientist, for everything you have an association. So this is what they are saying, that to become a, it is a professional association. Profession has their own associations, their group of people to help you out. Fourth, ethical code of conduct. So as recently I told you, code of conduct is nothing but rules and regulations. So professions are bound by code of conduct, which guides the behavior of member. Every profession has its own rules and regulations or own code of conduct. ICAI will make its own code of conduct for CS. Bar Council of India will make own code of conduct for the lawyers. Now, few code of conduct might be same, but few code of conducts are different. Different associations make the code of conduct according to their field, according to their profession. Okay, every profession will have different code of conduct which is prepared by the association. For CA, ICAI will prepare the code of conduct. For lawyers, BCI will prepare the code of conduct. It can never be like BCI will do the code of conduct for CA or for doctor. BCI will do it only for lawyers. Same way, ICI will do it only for CAs. They are not authorized to prepare code of conduct for lawyers or CAs or engineers or scientists or anything, people like that. So every association has its own code of conduct which every member has to follow. If I want to become a CA, I will register myself in ICAI, and whatever rules and regulations they have given to me to follow, I will have to follow it by default. I cannot say that no, I don't like this rule, I will not follow. No. Whatever rules and regulations they have, I have to follow it. Example, all doctors take oath of ethical practice at the time they enter the profession. So like best example, if you all in real life you have seen, then well and good. If not, then in movies or in series we see that how policeman takes an oath, how doctors takes an oath, lawyers takes an oath. So every profession has different kind of ethical practices. of or ethical practice or legal practices. Fifth, service motive. What is the motive of a profession? To provide services. Doctor's motive is to provide the service by treating his patient. Lawyer's motive is to defend its client. Then teacher's motive is to provide its services by teaching the students. CA's motive is to provide its services of auditing and accountancy to the firms, to the organization. So every profession will provide its services. The motive of provide services. So the basic motive of profession is to serve their client's interest by rendering dedicated and committed service. So it is the responsibility or the motive of every profession to provide good and dedicated service to its client. So that is what we say over here. Example, the task of a lawyer is to ensure his client gets justice. So as I said, that it is the duty or it is the task of the lawyer to defend his client and protect him and give him justice. Task of the teacher is to get her students well versed with the subject. Same way, what is the task of the teacher? To teach and make sure that all the students of our class are understanding about the subject. So service motive is the motive of every profession. That means every profession wants to provide service to their clients. Fifth feature is service motive. So 5 features were there of profession. First of all, let us revise. Then we will go to the features of management so that it becomes easier for you to compare. See students, main thing over here is we want to do the comparison. That these are the features of profession. Then we'll have to do the tick mark. That which feature of profession is satisfied by management. So that is what you will have to do. So for profession, first we said well-defined body. Profession is a properly well-defined formatted body, right? We know that it is a very nicely, very stated, good defined way of every profession. Like as I said, doctor, lawyer, teacher, scientist, engineer, everyone has well systematic body of knowledge. Second, restricted entry. Profession has restricted entry. No one can easily enter the profession and no one can easily leave the profession. Entry means just overnight without having degree, without having certificate. I wish or I feel like becoming a doctor. I cannot just come and start my clinic, open my clinic and start treating the patients. Since I don't have enough of experience, no certificate, no degree. That means I am not a professional of that thing. So that is not possible. And exit means already I am having the degree, I am having the certificate, but I am passing it on to my friend or my relative. That is also not possible. So profession has restricted entry. Professional association, it has its own association. Every profession has its own association which will look after that particular field only. ICAI will look after only the CA professionals, all those who wants to become a chartered accountant. CA, ICAI will look after only those people. So Bar Council of India will look after only people who wants to become a lawyer. So every profession, every association will look after its own field, its own profession. They will not look after anybody else's profession. Like Bar Council of India cannot look after CA students or students who wants to become a doctor. So every profession has its own association. Ethical code of conduct, every association makes its own rules and regulation, own code of conduct. Service motive. Every profession's motive is to provide service to the people. This is the prime and the major motive of every profession, to give services. Like doctor gives its services by treating his patient. Lawyer gives his service by ensuring that his client is getting justice. Teacher is providing its services by making the students understand the chapter. So likewise, every profession's motive is to provide service. Now we will start with the features of management and see that whether it is matching with the profession or not. Give a read to the point, these 2 points, then I will explain. Right? First feature, let us see. All over the world, there is a marked growth in management as a discipline. So I can say that management satisfies the first feature of profession, that was systemized body of knowledge. So I can say first is satisfied. First feature of management is same like the first feature of profession. Coming towards the next feature, there is no restriction on anyone being designated or appointed as manager in any business enterprise. Second feature profession was restricted entry. As I said, nobody can easily enter into the profession and nobody can that easily exit from that profession. But when we talk about the management, it is very easy to become a manager, enter the management, as well as it is very easy to exit from there. There is no restrictions at all. Anybody can wants to start the management, anybody wants to start its business can start it. If I want overnight, if I feel that okay fine, I want to do the business, I want to start my own business wherein I will be producing chocolates, I can do that. After a 1 month or after 2 months or after a certain period of time, I realize that no, I don't want to run the chocolate business, I want to close it and end the business, I can do that. So from here, what do we get to know? We get to understand that in business, in management, we can easily enter and we can easily exit. There is no need of, there is no restriction of entering into the market or exiting from the market. No restriction at all. Whenever you want, you can enter. Whenever you want, you can exit. This was not the case with the profession. To become a professional, there was a restricted entry and exit. You can't easily enter into the profession as well as you can't exit from the profession easily. But that is not the case with the management. Here, there is no restriction. You can easily enter into the business. You can easily exit from the business. If I suppose feel that, okay, this was my business, but I no longer I want to run my business. I want to pass this business to my sister. I can do that. But if you all remember, I said you in profession, you cannot give your degree or certificate to anybody else, to your sister, mother, father, friends, no one. But in business, you can transfer your business. If I don't feel like doing it, I will pass it to my sister or my friend. If I want to leave business and just completely close down my business, that can also be done by me. I can do that also. And when I want to enter, I feel that, okay, I want to do production of chocolate. I want to do the production of chips. I want to open my company of chips. That is also easy. That can be also done. So that means the second feature of profession does not matches with the second feature of management. Because profession said there is a restricted entry and exit, but under management, there is no restriction in entry and exit. Second feature, cross, does not satisfy. Third feature, unlike professions such as medicine or law, which require practicing doctor or lawyer to process valid degrees, nowhere in the world is it mandatory for a manager to possess any specific degree. So what we said that becoming a management, becoming a manager, starting your own business, you don't have to get any professional degree, any kind of degree. Here, there would be no degree, no association, nothing. If I want to start a business, I will start a business and I will automatically become a manager. Okay, I and not necessary that you should be passed, you should do have a graduation degree, you should have a 12th pass degree. I have literally seen people, I'm not inspiring you or I'm not saying you like that, but I have seen people who are just 12th passed and they are starting their business and running it so well. So that is what I am saying, that for management, for becoming a manager, for starting your own business, no need of any kind of degree. If you have knowledge, if you have potential, you can do it. So if, say, suppose I feel like starting my business, I start feel like opening a new business of mine, I can do it. No need to get any kind of degree. I don't need any kind of degree. I can just simply start my business. But that was not the case with profession. To become a professional, you had to have a certificate or a degree. Remember, we just said that to become a professional, you should have a degree or a certificate. Like to become a doctor, you should have a certificate, proper certificate. To become a CA, you should have a proper certificate which you will be getting from the association, that is ICAI. To become a lawyer, you will be called as a professional lawyer when you get a certificate from Bar Council of India. You will call it as a CA when you receive a certificate from ICAI. So that is what was required under profession. But to become a manager, you don't need any kind of degree. You can become manager any day. So again, the third feature does not matches with profession. So that is why here we will not say management is as a profession, management as a science. We can but say management is as a little bit as a arts, because it is, if you all remember, it has satisfied all the three features of arts. Right? Fine. So next topic is a level of management. Before that, we'll quickly take 10 minutes break. Then we'll come back, and then first I will discuss the summary. Till then, if you all want, you all also can revise nature of management as a science and profession. If you have any doubt from any of the point, you can come up with the doubts. I'll clear it. And if not, then we'll begin with the next topic. So 10 minutes, I want everyone back here. It's 7:17. Everyone has to be here in the session. I'll be starting it. Okay, I'll be not waiting for 7:17. So be here. Okay, start. Gokul, very punctual, huh? Very nice. Good. What about rest? Midula, Jerry, should we start?
Yes, go.
Okay, perfect. So we have already discussed before the class what is the nature of management when we talk about arts, and art has been already done, science and profession. So wherein we understood about the nature of science first, then we said that how management is related with it, and then secondly we have understood about the nature of profession, and then understood that how management is related with the profession, wherein we saw 5 features of profession and then compared all the 5 features with management, out of which we found out that there is only one feature which matches with management, rest all the features does not matches with management. Say in science also only one feature matches, rest two does not matches. So till here we saw the nature of management. The next part of the chapter is levels of management. Also, this is also a very important part. From here, maximum questions are expected for everything, for case studies, for descriptive. Okay, so in both of these things, case studies and descriptive questions are expected. Now, when we talk about levels of management, I'll just show you one small image or a picture. I will make it. That is how you are going to basically draw that exams. Because as I said, wherever charts, flow charts are possible, you all are supposed to draw that. Fine. Now this is the topmost area, so that is why of course this would be top level of management. Second is the in the middle level, so that is why middle level of management. And last, lower level of management, which is also called as operational level, which is also called as supervisory level. Okay, top management, middle management, lower management. You have to draw this chart whenever you are writing the answer for levels of management. Every organization, usually huge, big organizations, they have these levels of management because everybody cannot be at the same level. You need superiors, you need subordinates. Superiors are the people who are much more, have authority and responsibility, whereas subordinates are the people who are juniors to them, okay, who are at the low level. So like here, if we talk about top level, then top level is the superior of middle as well as lower level. But for lower level, middle level is also superior to them and top level is also superior to them. And for top level, middle level is subordinate to them. And for middle level, lower level is subordinate to them. So that is a superior subordinate relationship. Instead of calling senior and junior, let us use a more technical term of business studies, that is subordinate and superior. So level, every organization has these 3 levels of management, that is top level, middle level and lower level. Lower level management is also called as operational level or supervisory level. This level of management will basically give rise to the superior subordinate, superior and subordinate. Through this level of management, we understand that who are the superiors of the organization and who are the subordinates of the organization. Like clearly here we can see that top management is the superior of the organization and lower level is the subordinate of the organization. So you can create a relationship between them. So levels of management, first of all, let us understand this meaning. Management is universal term. As we know, we have already studied in the features or characteristics of management that management is universal in nature. Universal in nature means it is applicable everywhere. Everywhere there is management. For certain functions performed by individuals in an enterprise who are bound together in hierarchy of relationships. Hierarchy means what? The levels. Okay, hierarchy means only the levels of management through which you will understand the relationship. Like you need to have a superior subordinate relation. One would be the boss and another would be the employee, wherein boss is the superior and employee is the subordinate. You need to have that clarity. Otherwise, you will not know that who is superior in the organization, who is subordinate in the organization. For every organization, this clarity is needed. Everybody cannot work on the same position, right? Everybody in the organization cannot be superior. Everybody in the organization cannot be subordinate. Like it goes like how in your classes, in your school, in your class. Everybody is not a teacher, right? There will be one teacher and 10 students. So teacher becomes superior, students become subordinates. So likewise, everybody in the organization cannot be subordinate. Everybody in the organization cannot be subordinate. There is a equal relationship between the superior and the subordinate. Superior is the person who will give orders to the subordinates. So boss passes orders to the employees or to the subordinates. And this will show the hierarchy of relationship. Hierarchy means superior, who is subordinate. You can easily classify in the organization that which people or who all are the superiors of the organization, are the subordinates of the organization. You will get a clear-cut picture, clear-cut idea about it. So every individual in the hierarchy is responsible for successful completion of a particular task. So every hierarchy, now if we see this chart, every hierarchy that is, chart is gone. Every hierarchy that is this, all the three levels, top level, middle level and lower level, all the hierarchy, these are called the hierarchies. Okay? These are the hierarchy of organization. So every hierarchy is responsible for the successful of organization. We cannot say that only top level has the responsibility for the success of organization, or only middle level is responsible for the success of organization, or only lower level is responsible for the success of organization. No, we cannot say like that. We want contribution from all the three sectors, as all the three sectors are extremely very important for the success of organization. All the levels, all the hierarchy levels have to contribute towards the success of organization. No individual level of management can take the success or reach the goal. When you talk about the organization goal, it is the same for top level, middle level and lower level. The goal of organization, the objective of the organization remains same for all the levels of management. So all the levels of management have to equally contribute towards the goal. To be able to fulfill that responsibility, he is assigned a certain amount of authority or the right to take a decision. So to fulfill the responsibility, now boss cannot be called as boss just like that. He might be having something because of which he is a boss. So what he has authority. Authority to do what? Authority to pass or give orders. Authority to give work to its subordinates. So you cannot just simply say that this person is my boss. You cannot say that. You can only say that this person is your boss when the person has complete authority on you. Authority means passing rules and regulation, giving orders, giving work. Now, if I am a superior and Gokul is my subordinate, I am the boss of Gokul. So I will pass orders to him. Okay, Gokul, I want this to be done. I want this to be done. Likewise, I will give him rules. So that means what do I have? I have authority. I have authority on Gokul that I can ask him to do anything and everything what I want for the organization. Anything and everything means limited towards the organization, not outside the organization. I can ask him to do whatever I want. No, inside the organization, I am his superior. He is my subordinate. So he has to listen to me and do whatever task I assign to him or whatever task I give to him. Why I could do this? Because I have this authority. If I would have not this authority, if say suppose I and Gokul are working at the same position, at the same level, we both are at the middle level management. So can I give him rules? Can I give him work or assign him work, or can I give him order that okay Gokul, give me this, give me that? I can do that? No. At that point of time, I don't have any authority. This authority comes from the organization. Top level of management gives the authority to the people which they feel are deserving. Now, the same thing. If Jayani says to Gokul that you, Gokul, do this homework and come tomorrow, will Gokul listen to it? No, he will not listen. But if I say, Gokul, I need this homework tomorrow, you need to upload it on discussion forum by tomorrow itself, he will do it. Because I have that authority to say. Jayani does not have that authority. But what if I say that Jayani, you are the monitor of the class, you have complete authority. You have to check that everybody has done the homework or not. If anybody has not done the homework, you have the complete authority to give them punishment. Now what Jayani has? Now Jayani has authority. Now if Jayani says to Gokul that you have to complete the homework by tomorrow, Gokul will have to complete it by tomorrow. That authority has been given by the most superior person, that is me. So likewise, superior does not become superior just like that. Superior has authority in his hand, and that is why he is called as a superior. So the authority relationship binds individuals as superior and subordinate and gives rise to different levels in an organization. So as I said, not everybody has authority. If the top level will not select everyone as the authorized person to give rules, give work or order to anyone. It will be few selected people who will be getting this authority, and that person will be responsible to get the work done. So likewise, if I have the authority, I tell you all that, okay, you all have to complete the homework and come sit in the next class. You all will have to do it. I have that authority to tell you that. But if Jenny randomly comes and say that, okay, you all do the homework tomorrow and come in the class, huh? You all will not listen. You will say, oh, who is she to say us, right? This is our attitude. But if I only give the authority to Jenny, if I say, no, Jenny, you have to take a check, keep a check that everybody is completing their homework and coming on time. And if they are not, then you can give a punishment. So this is the authority. Now she becomes superior to you all. Okay. So you all are the subordinates. Jayani is the superior. So there is a relationship created between superior and subordinate. Then there are three levels of hierarchy of an organization: top management, middle management, and supervisory, operational or lower level of management. First, top management. So who all are there in top management? So they consist of senior most executive of the organization. If I am starting the organization, if I am making my own business, I will be coming in the hierarchy of top management. Okay, that is my business, that is my organization. So I'll be coming under the top management. Top level management consists of chairman, board of directors, managing director, general manager, president, vice president, chief executive officer. So all of these category of people will be coming under the hierarchy of top level management. From here, factual questions are expected. Factual means MCQ, true or false kind of questions. That they will ask you, board of directors belongs to which level of management? 4 options: top, middle, lower, none of the above. So you should know board of directors are the part of top level management. Okay, so top level management is the hierarchy wherein all the senior most people of the organization, senior not by age, by experience. All the senior people will come under the hierarchy of top management, And the people who come under top level management are the chairman of the company, board of directors, managing director, general manager, president, vice president, CEO. It includes group of crucial people essential for leading and directing the efforts of other people. So top management basically consists of all those people who are very important, very crucial people for leading the organization and directing the organization. So top level management basically leads the entire organization as well as it directs the entire organization. Whatever direction they have to show, goals we have to make, objectives we have to make, we have to lead the entire organization. So top level management will be the management which will do all of these kind of activities. Managers working at this level have maximum authority. So as I said, top level management has the maximum authority because it is superior to two levels, middle level as well as lower level. So they have maximum authority. They can give orders to middle level people, they can give orders to lower level people. They have the utmost important maximum authority rights. What is the major functions of top management? So first function of top level managers is to formulate the main objectives of the organization. So as I said, objectives, goals, aims of your entire organization is made by top level of management. Middle level or lower level cannot frame goals or objectives for the organization. It is the responsibility of the top level management to formulate or make goals, objectives and aims for the organization. Second function, top level managers also form plans and policies to achieve objectives. So there are different plans and policies prepared in the organization. Why are those prepared? So those are prepared to achieve certain objectives, certain goals of the organization, and those are also again prepared by the managers, top level managers. Okay, middle level and lower level cannot perform the plans and policies for the entire organization. They can prepare plans and only their level. Like middle level can perform or plan policies to for their level only, at middle level only. Lower level can perform for their level only. But for the entire organization, it is the top level management who is going to make the objectives as well as the plans and policies to achieve that objective is also made by top level. Third point, top level management assigns job to different individuals working at middle level. So we have already seen the structure. It is like this: top, middle and lower. So top level management is directly in connect with the middle level. So it will directly assign the work or give the work to middle level of managers or middle level of people. So top level will be directly giving the job, assigning the job or assigning the work to middle level. They rarely come in contact with the lower level, or I would say they never come in contact with lower level. Their direct point of contact is middle level only. So it is the responsibility of the top level management to provide or assign work to the middle level. So these are the three important functions of management. First, the top level management is going to prepare goals, objectives, aims for the organization. Second, it is the function or the responsibility of the top level management to prepare plans and policies in order to achieve the objectives. And third, you have the top level managers have to assign or give the work to middle level managers. Fourth, top level management arranges all the finance. So all the finance, capital, funds related work is also done by top level managers. Fifth, top level managers are responsible for smooth and growth of organization. So again, responsibility of top level managers to make sure that there is a smooth and steady growth of organization. So the hence job of top level management is complex, stressful and demand long hours of commitment. So just like that, CEO does not become CEO or director does not become director. They have lots and lots of work to do, and that work is very complex, dynamic, stressful, and needs long hours to perform that work. So that was all related to top level management. So we understood what is top level management, who all comprises of top level management, and then the major functions of top level of management, the functions or the duties which needs to be performed by top management. Next, we will come towards the middle level management. So this level management consists of departmental heads, such as all the managers, basically I would say, will come under middle management, like purchase manager, department manager, finance manager, marketing manager, advertising manager, HR manager. So each and every manager category of people will come under middle level of management. And people of this group are responsible for executing the plans made by top level. So already we saw and said that top level is going to make objective as well as plans and policies to achieve the objective of organization. So what will middle level do? Middle level will implement the plans which has been made by top level management. Okay, top level management will make the plans and objectives. Middle level management will execute the plans which has been made by top level management. So they also exercise few functions of top level. So there are few functions which are similar to both top level as well as middle level. So functions like because see how top level is top to middle level, it is the superior to middle level. Same way middle level is superior to lower level. Same way middle level is superior to lower level. So few functions which are performed by top level, those few functions are also performed by middle level for lower level. Okay, so for lower level they become superiors. So as they make plans and policies for their respective departments. So as I said, every department will be making its own plans and policies. But for the entire organization, this is also a very important part which we all have to keep in mind. For entire organization, there is only top management who will make the plans and policies. But for the departments, for different departments in the organization, there are different departments, like, right, we have manufacturing department, we have advertisement department, we have sales department, we have so many different departments in the organizations. So the plans and policies for these organizations are made by these managers only, middle level managers only. But when it comes to the entire organization's plan, at that point of time, that plan is made by top level managers. Okay, so till here everything is clear. Now let us understand the functions of management, middle level management. What all functions are performed by middle level management? First, middle level management is the link between the top management and the lower level management. So see, if I draw the diagram in this format, I can say at one end there is top level manager, here there is lower level manager, and in between there is middle level manager. That means if there is anything for top level to pass on to lower level, it will come to middle level. Same way, if there is any information which lower level management wants to pass it to the top level, it will come to middle level. And that is the reason we say that middle level management is the bridge between top and lower. So there are the two sides of the bridge, and middle level fills up that bridge, fills up that gap. So that is why we say middle level manager is going to fill the gap between top and lower level, and that is why it is termed as intermediary, or also you can say that it is the top level and the lower level. So that is one function which is performed by middle level. Second, middle level is it offers incentives to motivate employees. Now it is the say middle level management who is going to provide incentives to motivate the employees. What do we mean by incentives? Come on, in 11th standard, we have studied very clearly about incentives. What are incentives?
Benefits.
Very good. So, incentives means what? Basically, incentives means, just a minute, there is a power failure here. So, incentives means nothing but the benefits which we give to the employees. Incentives or benefits can be of two forms. It can be in terms of financial. It can be a non-financial incentive. Financial incentives means basically nothing but which involves money. Non-financial incentives means which does not involve money, right? But both of them are the incentives, both of them are the benefits which has been provided to the employees. So it can be in the form of finance, in the money, or it can be in the form of non-finance. Means it is not going to involve any kind of money. So financial incentives examples can be salary, bonus, and non-financial can be certificates given to the employees, awards given to the employees, recognition given to the employees. So these are the incentives. So it is the responsibility of the middle level management to give incentives to the employees. Incentive can be in the form of financial, or else it can be in the form of non-financial. Financial incentive, which includes finance, which includes money. Non-financial, which does not include money. So that is the function of financial middle level management. Then middle level selects and recruits employee for their department. Again, it is the responsibility of management to recruit, select the employee. For say, suppose we need any person for advertising department. So for this purpose, top management, CEO or director will not come and take your interview. Selecting and recruiting employees means what? If there is any vacant position in your organization, if you need any person to work on that particular position, then you will have to take an interview of that person, then finalize that person and call him to your organization to work. Selecting and recruiting, we are going to study further in a very detailed manner also. But as of for now, just understand that it is the responsibility of the middle level managers or middle level management to hire or to appoint new employees. For advertising department example, CEO or director will not come to take an interview. It is the responsibility of middle level manager to take the interview and hire that person for work. Last comes is the supervisory or operational, or also called as lower level management. These are the last level management. And this level consists of supervisors, clerk, sub-department executives, workers, laborers. All these category people will come under supervisory level or lower level. Okay, and this group work or perform the activities according to the plans of top and middle. Now these people have two superiors, two authorities, that is top level manager as well as middle level manager, because they are at the lowest position, they are at the lowest phase. So above them they have two superiors, they have top management, they have middle management. So they have to take orders from both the management. They have to take orders from middle level as well as from top level. And their authority is limited. So they don't have as much as the authority the top level and middle level have. So the authority level, the rights in the organization is very low in the hands of supervisors. Quality and quantity of output depends upon the efficiency of this level of management. Although this can be counted as or said as extreme important department, because these are the people who are going to do the manufacturing of goods and services or production of goods and services. So everything depends on them. The production unit, how much units they are producing each day, the quality of the products, how much they are producing, how are they producing, their work, their contribution towards the organization completely depends upon them. They pass instruction to workers and informs middle level managers. So now, see, supervisory level means what I said, that all workers, laborers and everyone are coming under this level of management. But who are actually supervisors? Who are actually supervisors? So supervisors are the leaders of workers, basically. Every worker who is working, like say suppose there are 10 workers who are working at a construction site, they will be having their one leader who will be leading them, who will be guiding them, who will be giving them work. And that leader is only called as supervisors. So supervisors of all the workers, all the laborers comes under the lower level management. So supervisors will give or distribute the work amongst the workers, and finally these workers will be completing their work, and after giving the work to their workers, supervisor will inform to the leader that okay, I have given the work to the workers. Now they have started. This is the period at which we are expecting that the work will be completed, and every such information will be given by the supervisor to the middle level manager. And they are responsible for maintaining discipline amongst the workers. Now supervisors are also responsible to maintain the discipline and a cordial relationship among all the workers who are working. Again, middle level or top level manager will not go and look into the problem or the relationship between the workers. It is the responsibility of the supervisor to look after the workers' benefits, wants, and conflicts, and the cordial relation and everything. So these were the three levels of management, basically: top level management, middle level management, lower level management. We understood what do we mean by this level of management, who are the people who comes under the level of management, and their functions or roles and responsibilities.